Hello and welcome back to Gameplay. Technically, I am your host, and today is Blood Moon Day. It is day 7. We have less than 10 hours left before the Blood Moon. And real quick, just before we get started, I'm not expecting a very difficult Blood Moon. It's our first Blood Moon, first of all. Secondly, we don't have any of the higher difficult, like we're set to survivalist on difficulty, but I didn't change any of the settings for the Blood Moon. So that means that the Blood Moon is going to be like a typical default Blood Moon, other than the zombies are stronger because it's a survivalist difficulty setting. I did set the number of zombies to be 16, but I think that's the max. So that doesn't necessarily mean that the game will spawn 16 zombies at a time. I think that's based on your game stage, which is 20. That's because we've been alive for however many days and our level is 11. Really, what's going to help us here is that our level is 11. Like, we're pretty low level going into the first Blood Moon. And that's just because I think the fact that making the series, like, I'm moving a little slower, right? Right now, I just spent half an hour telling you guys exactly what's going to happen. So I think that's affecting kind of the rate we're moving at. But as a result of that, I think something we're going to do is we're going to check with Rect and just see if we can do another mission. Preferably a fetch quest, right? Because we can cheese those and just grab the satchel and bail. When we do that too, we do lose loot because or rather, we don't go to every POI has kind of like a loot room, which is like the kind of end room where you get the best stuff, and we're kind of skipping that when we do the fetch quest. But let's see what he's got. And so the good news is he's got these fetch, or rather these tier 2 missions now. The downside is I don't think we have time for this fetch and clear at tier 2, which is really what I wanted to do. And we also don't have time for any of these. And we're traumatized by the buried supplies mission. So in the meantime, we are hungry. We have plenty of food. Really, what we don't have is a lot of water. I think this guy's this guy's filling up much faster now. So let's go ahead and boil a bit of water. Let's go ahead and cook this potato because we can now. We can do potato, grilled corn, cornbread with cornmeal and water, which once we get a decent stock of water is not a bad way to make a living, or keep ourselves alive rather. We can also make goldenrod tea. Let's go ahead and make some. I forget exactly what it does. Let's do one. Let's do a goldenrod tea just to see how it compares. I wonder if it's got a little extra hydration to it. And while that happens, we can finish the roof on our building here. Or rather the roof. So we're going to use bars. All right, and let's get these bars patched up. And even then, I think I've said before, we're not going to get a vulture on the first night. At least I've never seen that. Well, you know what? I have seen that, but that's when I have 300% XP. So I think I hit like level 20 something before the first night. So it is possible. It's just unlikely in our case, and we're gonna patch up these guys as well. Might as well. We're doing better on wood now that we put a few points into some of our other stats. And by other stats, I mean specifically mother load. Or not mother load, miner 69er. And it is unfortunate. I did want to do a fetch quest. So we want to move through the tier quest because that's going to give us access to better loot faster. I mean, right now, really, we're moving pretty slow. And I do want to speed that up. So the things that are important about the goldenrod tea is the 24 water and the 15% stamina regen versus... so the stamina regen stays the same, but we get 4 more water. Is that really worth it? I mean, we just have this. But why not do it? Yeah, sure, let's go ahead and do it. I think I hear a friend on approach. You can see her down there. She's gonna work her way up our carefully placed ladder, and then she's gonna die. Yeah, easy peasy. And so another thing we want to do is we probably want to start crafting spike traps. We're not going to need a whole lot, but might as well. Let's do 10 just for that even number, and maybe that lets us finish what we were doing here. And that's going to be it right there. So we're going to need to collect a little bit more wood. We'll let this just suit its business, and we'll be crafting spikes. Still would have preferred if this was dug out further. If we've got time at the end of the day, we'll do that. Yeah, he's looking at it now. Zombies are going to be collapsing all over the place here. And that's really our fault for making this really wide gap here. So let's go ahead and gather a bit of wood. So at some point, we're going to take all of those tree seeds that we have, and we're going to plant a new batch of trees. They grow really quickly, like within days, you have a full forest. We're about to level up. We might even level up once we break this tree. Nope. Game said no, not yet. So that'll put us at 12. I think on average I'm maybe level... Actually, we're not too far off. I think I'm usually level 14 by day 7. Alright, and this point that we've got, we're going to spend it on... as much as I'd love to put this in the mother lode, we really do want to increase. Really, if we could get another level and get that next point in Pummel Peat, get big leagues, that would be excellent. I think we've got a decent amount of... Whoa, trees being weird. A decent amount of iron. I did want to do barbed wire. Let's do this. We can pop this node. This is going to take longer than a tree, but it might be worth it for the barbed wire. Really, the barbed wire might be unnecessary. I'm still not, even though I kind of described what my strategy is for using it, I'm not 100% sold that it's any more effective. And while we're here, we're going to also harvest some of this chrysanthemum, because this is really what we should be drinking. That was a goldenrod. I'm colorblind, but not really. And so this improves our digestion, so this is just going to make our food go a little bit longer. Really, in the later game, it's more so about not having to stop and eat so often, because once you're in the later game, you're not really struggling for food. Alright, that's more than enough. That's going to last us for quite some time. Let's grab whatever other iron that we have. Let's see how much barbed wire we can make. I think we just need maybe... Let's do 10. That's probably more than we need. And then let's get some spikes queued up too. See, and of these, we'll do another 10. And that's definitely more than we need. But we should be able to finish patching up this platform here. And so the plan is, what I'm hoping to do, maybe this episode, once we're through the Blood Moon, is we're going to build a platform here, and maybe just go ahead and put our forge on there, as well as a workbench as soon as we're able to, which we would potentially be able to, except that I went all the way to Trader Jen's and didn't even... Nope. A portend to the Blood Moon. We went all the way to Trader Jen's and didn't even check the all of the furniture, the broken forge and all that stuff for what's it called, magazines, right? We really I don't know what happened. I spaced. It was 2 recordings that I did. I think I was like on the, I don't know, 3rd hour of that. I was spacing by that point, so you'll have to pardon me for that one. So let's take care of a few things. Actually, no, before we do things up here, let's go get our spike traps and our barbed wire placed. We also want to build a bit of cobblestone for repairs. I'm not sure of the efficacy of this, but this will at least slow them down at the start. It'll take care of a few of them. And we can put a few more down here. These aren't going to get everybody. And we're going to put our barbed wire here. Oh, this is 3 wide, not 2 wide. Okay. Well, we'll do that. I don't want to spend too much more time on this. Like I said, I'm not expecting a particularly difficult Blood Moon. We'll repair that since that's one of our weapons. We're going to put our spear in the right place. We want to be able to alternate between weapons pretty quickly. And before it gets too dark, let's go ahead and hit... We need this back in place, actually. Actually, what we can do is this. There we go. We're not going to need a shovel tonight. We're also going to want to make sure we're fed and hydrated before the start, because the last thing you want to do is stop in the middle of swinging your club to feed or hydrate. I've seen on a few Blood Moon nights where things get started a little early, although that's unlikely on the first one. Although I have drawn screamers before the first Blood Moon. And for those of you who don't know, screamers are zombies who scream, right? They have these big, nasty mouths, and they use them to scream. And the screams spawn more zombies, which is bad, and they usually spawn another screamer, right? So you want to kill the first screamer as soon as possible, because she might spawn another screamer, and that screamer will spawn more zombies, including more screamers. It's a vicious cycle. You want to avoid it. All right, let's patch this up over here and get our weapons ready. Okay, we're going to need, so we never organized our inventory here, so that's a knock on us. What we're looking for is we're looking for our pipes. We're looking for repair kits. Might as well just have a stack on us. We will bring our pipe pistol with us. Occasionally we need to just be able to switch right away to another weapon. Keep our hammer on us for repairs. We'll swap that with the stone axe. We gotta hurry because it's getting late. Here are our pipes. Let's go ahead and repair whatever needs repairing. We won't repair this guy. Let's go ahead and remove the modifier. And we're gonna put it on our bow. Yeah, it gives us a little more damage. Okay, that's what we wanted. Let's just eat everything we've got. Focusing first on things that don't necessarily dehydrate us. And we have essentially all the ammo we're gonna have on us. There is no more ammo to have. So 54 pistol rounds. Let's see, everything is loaded. This one might not be. It is loaded. 54 pistol rounds, 59 7.62 rounds, all in reserve. I think that's really it on what we can do here. All right, we've started. That spooky noise means we've started. There are our zombies coming in. Let's go ahead and hop down here. And what we're trying to do is just get the XP from these kills. I'm realizing those spikes are putting them down way too far over there, so we want to make sure that they do not attack anything they shouldn't be. So we got XP for that one. So we're probably going to lose a lot of XP on these guys, because we are not killing them, the spikes are. I'm not sure how it works when they are in the spikes. Like, do they take damage per second as long as they're in it? Do they have to be moving? Not exactly sure how that works. Alright, we are in melee territory. We'll switch back to our bow in case they start doing something sketchy. Which it doesn't look like they will. They're getting stuck on these spikes down there and getting killed by those spikes. Skinny Bobby here. That's a quick and easy one. You see, there you go. This guy's trying to crawl in. I think we managed to stop him. So it's typically they'll try to crawl in when one of them falls and they step on top of them. We might have some misbehaving over there. So usually a shot from the bow will reset whatever weird behavior they're engaging in, which I imagine is just being enraged because they're stuck or something. And let's see if anything needs repair. So I don't think we can get... Yeah, we can get it from this side. So you see that was already down to half. So that very first layer had already taken quite a beating. Check the pole. The pole looks like it's in good shape. See you later, Skinny Bobby. So we're gonna get you, maybe. Not a lot of loot right now. Just that one bag. They're engaging in that behavior again. They are being very strange right now. There we go, there's one. There's the other. Got him. And we keep doing this until we run out of zombies. Until daylight, essentially. I don't know if you can... So the game spawns waves of zombies. I don't know if there is, like, a last wave other than when you get to the end of the night. I'm actually not sure. And so the way it works is the game always makes sure that there's a certain number of zombies out and about, which is a little hard to figure. This doesn't look like we're at 16. This looks like we're probably around 8, maybe. I don't do that. Nurse Joy over here is attacking the stairs. I guess we have our answer. This was simply much too easy. just so incredibly easy. I mean, the spikes did a lot of the work. This ladder is my greatest enemy, really. This ladder is more difficult than any of these zombies. Hey, the spikes did a lot of work for sure. So we lost that XP. Well, the ammo's good. The painkillers are decent. Forged steel is fine. We aren't building shotguns anytime soon. Yeah, look at that. 2 a.m. and we're done. Really, we were done at like 1:30. Truly a poor showing from these zombies. We didn't even have to repair our club. Didn't have to repair our club. We didn't have to pull out our firearms. Not a scary blood moon at all. That is unfortunate. Now we've got to figure out what to do. We'll eat this potato is what we'll do. To start, anyway. Alright, definitely had way more time after that blood moon than I thought I was going to have. Even took some B-roll that I might use for other things later. In the meantime, I'm cooking a little bit of water. This should be done pretty soon. And then what we're going to do is we're going to head out to Jen's. You know, in 2 minutes, we'll do just a little bit of gathering. We'll harvest a little bit more of these flowers for our teas. Oh, and we have a deer. No way, that didn't kill him? You're kidding me. We gotta chase him down. We really are in need of this meat right now. Ah, we got too close. There we go, we can see him though. Definitely thought I was gonna lose him. I wondered. This is a buck rather than a doe. I wonder if it had a little more health on it. I'm guessing because bucks are bigger than does, have a little more mass on them. You know what it is too, is I haven't done a Blood Moon night on my own really since my first game. Since then, all of my Blood Moons have been with other players involved. And that's probably why I was expecting something a little bit more difficult. Typically, when you've got a party with you, right, your game state is going to be higher because it calculates for every single player and that determines the difficulty. And yeah, I mean, without them, it just was pretty easy. All right, let's go get our tea, drop a few things off, and then we'll go see Jen. Survive 1 blood moon is complete. I mean, it wasn't much of a challenge. We're not going to char any more meat for right now. Actually, before we head to Jen's, let's see what quests our buddy Rect, our good buddy Rect has. We might have something, anything heading east.
Make it snappy. I gotta take a crap.
He's got an infested clear, which I'm really not interested in. He's got a fetch right here. It isn't a lot of money, but it's going to be more money than a tier 1. So let's do this. Before we start this mission, let's just make sure that there isn't a mailbox. Is it on the other side? Doesn't look like it. Oh, yeah, there is right here. We'd already opened it, so we'll go ahead and trigger it and then reopen that mailbox. Nice. Oh, this is also really good. Both of these. So last one we got power attacks with clubs. Well, let's read it and I'll show you what I mean. Why these two together are just pretty powerful. So we have power attacks increased chance of knockdown. So that incapacitates an enemy momentarily. And then we have a 20% chance with a power attack to ragdoll an enemy. That's where we just send them flying. So that's great. I'm feeling pretty good about that. Let's see about this satchel. The satchel looks like it might be around the center of the house. And unfortunately, I don't know this POI. I'm not going to know many of them, to be honest. What's in here? There we go. There's that ragdoll. Ready for another one? A long driveway. Alright, and for the rest of this, I'm thinking... It looks like the game wants us to lead in this direction by going into the basement, so that tells me that's the start. We are going to go via the upstairs first, and we're going to do that by... Can we... Do these bushes count as ground? Yes, they do, but that's not high enough. So we're going to do our nerd pole here. That gives us the boost up. I think we should be able to get in here. Yep, easy enough. You're another one. You got a big hitters. Go ahead and read that right away. Heck yeah. No one's going to bother us, so we'll go ahead and take care of this right away. Looks like the satchel is somewhere that way. And we've got a... Huh. They're not on my... They're not on my compass. Is that an add-on? Oh, they might not appear because... Whoa. Because they are not... this isn't a clear. Alright, there's that one down. Party girl is up next. Let's hop down, let him come to me. I seem to get stuck in that windowsill, so we're gonna let that happen. Alright, there's that one taken care of. Not too much of a problem. Let's do a little bit of stealth here. We are too loud, I think. Too loud. I'm surprised there wasn't anybody in there. It looks like that's where the satchel is. And I think we can break this by doing that right there. Alright. Interesting. It's heavy armor, though. Noise increase is pretty significant. We don't need the safe fall distance because we're already pretty... We've already taken parkour. We have no problem with falling from a reasonable height. My guess is that's probably the loot room. Grab some books. Hats and clubs. Not bad. Like that one. So I'm thinking rather than approaching the way a normal person would, the way a person whose brain works normal, what we're going to do is we're going to nerd pull our way up. So nerd pull is just what they call doing this. And it's considered by some people uncouth because you're not playing the game the right way or something. But what truly constitutes the right way to play a game? If you're having fun, you're playing the game the right way. Oh yeah, this is the loot room. I mean, this isn't the best thing in the world, but it's not bad. Unfortunately, it's heavy armor. This is pretty good. Craft shotgun slugs. Handgun mag and robotic parts. We're not taking that. Oh, deal 10% more damage with this, leather, iron, and spiked knuckle weapons. Yeah, I mean, I guess if we were doing that, it'd be good to take, but we are not fighting. We're not doing fisticuffs. I think it's supposed to be the highest DPS in the game. If you, specifically, if you go all in on fighting with your fists, on hand-to-hand, and drinking a beer increases your brawling stat, then you're just going to pummel through things pretty fast. The problem is that you have to be really close to do that. And even the heaviest armor is not going to do much to protect you. Oh, and like I said, I forgot to mention again, so we're not going to turn in that quest right away. We're going to head to Jen's and grab some of those magazines from her, and then we'll see what we do from there. And as we near Jen's, so I was kind of saying before that the missions here are harder than what you're going to find in the pine forest biome, and that's because there is an added multiplier. I think it's like something like 1.5, or rather 50% more difficult. And in fact, if you look at the top right, you'll see it says burnt forest, and you see a half orange skull. So I think that indicates a 50% multiplier, right? So if you do a mission that is normally 2 skulls, here it is actually more like 3 skulls, not 2.5 skulls, I think. If I'm wrong, someone go ahead and correct me. All right, and what we forgot to do here last time is we forgot to check all of the different spots where Jen has. So I know there's a workbench on the other side of the structure here. We can at least check this ambulance, see what we got in it. All right. Oh, this is Jen's place. I'd forgotten about that. Come on, pistol. Oh, well, lockpicks is also good. Okay, we got to make a few decisions here. Easy enough to start. Pretty sure we can't put this scope up. We can. 2x, because it's a 2x scope. I'm going to go ahead and put that on our pistol. Coffee, yes. Especially since now we can make that black strap. I wonder if that black strap will we'll use that right away. Yes, now we're in good shape. I don't know what I don't think I've ever gotten that black strap coffee quest. Oh, it's got gunpowder in it. I'm guessing it's more potent. Feels a little bit weird to be going through Jen's stuff like this. Although I didn't seem to be too bothered when I did it to Rex. That's probably because he's a jerk. So, we haven't gotten a forged magazine yet, but we still could. Heck yeah. And I think we need one more for a workbench. Oh, here we go. Yes. Now we're looking good. Probably fuel. Probably gonna ditch the fuel. We're not gonna need that for a while. I do want this animal fat. It's good for cooking later. I think the way we'll get it is by scrapping this. This should make an armor part. Alright, let's check in with Jen.
You don't look so good. You might want to get some antibiotics for that.
What I have can't be cured, Jen. Let's see, we're definitely not doing one of those. But she does have a fetch quest.
Oh, I would kiss you, but you know, apocalypse hygiene and all.
Say less? Say more? Okay, so I think what we're gonna do to do this mission is, because she's not really gonna buy anything of ours. Does she have anything for sale that's really gonna drive us up the wall if we can't get it? She's got another gatherer. Yeah, we need a higher level of nerd goggles for that to be worth it. And same with the preacher gloves. Same with the ranger hat. This wouldn't be too bad, but none of this is really worth all the effort. I would like the Gravedigger mod, but I don't want to pay for it.
You know, a few things turned up missing the other day. You don't know anything about that, do you?
No, ma'am. As I was saying, I'm not willing to pay for any of that. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna build a cargo container, rather a crate, calling it a cargo container. And we're just gonna dump a few things that we're not going to need right away. We could have ditched that sand for sure. Well, we're gonna dump pretty much everything because we don't want to be encumbered. Gonna be a little more careful out here. Chicken, we're gonna do this. Surprised it didn't damage our bicycle. It's good luck. He's getting a little closer. I was pretty sure this was gonna be like right around the corner. Said we gotta work our way through all these charged zombies. Work our way past. We're not attacking them. There it is. There's a mailbox right here. Let's go ahead and get this started. Reopen the mailbox. Bow hunter. Nice. Okay, let's see what the easiest way is to cheese this one. There it is. Ah, that sucks. Getting into there is gonna be tricky. We'll have to break this one. We're not gonna break through a 5,000 HP stone, or concrete block rather. What is that noise? That is a bunny. Let's get our bike out and boogie. Oh, it was a bunny fighting a boar. We are not going to take that fight. We're going to take this, though. We have to. It's the rules. Let's see, what was this one? Not bad. Also not bad. This is, I mean, really, if we're building a mine and it collapses on us, well, that's a crazy thing to have happen to us. Oh, another mailbox. And a thing that I don't see happening to us. Armor crafting, do 10% more damage to wolves, sure. For once we get into that biome.
Hello, traveler. What's ailing you? I knew you had it in you. Good work.
Definitely taking this.
Asking again?
What did she pay us?
Yes,
276. I think she paid us 150. So I'm guessing the regular amount is 100. So she paid us 50 more. So 1.5 times. So that makes sense. Let's go ahead and sell this since we've already got this one. Let's see what's in here. Okay, not bad. Not great. And we should definitely upgrade to that. I think last time I checked, there just wasn't really anything that was worth getting. Definitely not anything worth stressing over. Big hitters, I suppose. Home cooking weekly. Let's get a big hitters. Now, the trick is going to be getting back with everything we've got stowed here. Now we got it all. And off we go back to Rex, back to base. I am interested in these pipe bombs. The herbal antibiotics isn't bad. The flashlight mod, I've never... I mean, the game isn't like it uses kind of that fog that lights up everything, so you get kind of that washed out look, which isn't bad, I suppose, because it's some games can be too dark, but you don't really need a light. Usually, whatever you run into, you can see it pretty clearly. But I can't help myself. Gotta do the magazines. Let's see what he's got. We don't have a lot of money anyway, but I'd like to see if we're close to 300 for something, but no. Nothing he's got is quite worth that. Suppose maybe a Tools Digest. Let's go ahead and sell this to him. And buy that Tools Digest. That's more useful to us. Alright, here's what we're doing. We're leaving a few things cooking, more than a few things cooking. We're cooking all of our grilled meat. I am still considering just equipping this. But this is just huge right here. This is plus 20% noise, mobility reduced. We're gonna wear it for now. We're not going to ditch our other armor. We may wear it while we're hanging out here at home. In fact, yeah, we're just gonna wear it while we're at home, just for that reduction. We're not even going to drop the, or rather, put the mod in there. So we can build a tier 4 stone axe. Let's see what mods we can build. We need a workbench for any of these. So, we need platforms for those workbenches. That means we need wood. And this is all... That decision to go 7 blocks rather than 5 is really coming to haunt us. Because a 5x5, that's 25 blocks. So that's 50 with each. Yeah, that is... So that's 50 extra blocks we have to do for each platform. So that's 100 blocks for 2, 150 for 3. The mystery of the disappearing tree. Definitely big payoff from taking those perks. We are gathering resources at a much faster rate, saving us plenty of time. So let's go ahead and figure out where this platform is going to be. We're just going to set down some guide blocks here for how far away we want to be. And the reason we're doing that is because, actually, it might be a good opportunity to fix this. All right, so that should resolve the issue. Kind of puts a little space between the door here and this ladder. However, the next thing we got to do, just got to build more building blocks. Let's get those going first. Let's do 200. And we're going to use just this catwalk right here. And I think there's no way to do it but to do it upside down like that. That should be enough. So really the point is if this fighting position is breached, we could just pick up these blocks, right? We're not going to patch them up to wood. So we can just take them and they won't be able to jump across to get to us. And that should be right. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. but actually that's fine because I want probably a 1-block patio or porch on the other structure. Don't want the door to open to just like a sheer fall. So I think between the Nomad headgear and the red tee, we're going to be pretty lean when we're working here, and that doesn't just save us resources, it saves us time, which is what I like about it. All right, here's our first layer. We can go ahead and remove these guide blocks. And so this layer is going to need to be cobblestone, and I think we ditched whatever cobblestone we had. Let's go ahead and grab that. Let's grab whatever clay we've got. Get this patched up. And we are level 14. We are starting to catch up in levels. Oh, we never took big leagues. Wow. For all our talk about it, we never took big leagues. Okay. Yeah. Big leagues is what we're taking. As it is, our club is our most powerful weapon. Might as well keep putting points into that. Alright, and so this is it. This is the platform. I haven't kind of built it all the way up. I do like to put a roof on them. That way I can stack more modules, I guess, or more platforms on top. And it just kind of gives it more of a, I don't know, realistic feel, more of an immersive feel. But this is it. This is the same 5x5, stacked up 7 times. I did skip fully upgrading some of the interior blocks just to save a little bit of time, but it's not going to matter, right? So the whole point is that any one of these blocks, even the lowest tier block, can support any amount of weight on top. So what that means is that even the forge, which is incredibly heavy, will have no problem supporting the weight, or rather the platform will have no problem supporting the weight because it's infinite. So the issue you have with structural integrity is if you start building laterally, right? If you go off in that direction, there's only so far you can go based on the material before it collapses. So we don't have that problem here. So then what we can do is we can build that wood log for the forge, go into the forge. Oh, we forgot to grab our duct tape. All right, we're gonna go ahead and start crafting that. Let's look at the workbench. Okay, so we'll have to make some forged iron. We got the mechanical parts maybe. We'll have to make some nails and potentially some duct tape. Let's see, we might not have enough mechanical parts, but that's okay. We can use that wrench we found to disassemble some cars. That'll give us some mechanical parts. Okay, so it is day 9. We are about to put down our forge. And it is unfortunate that there's so... You know what I can do? Something that just occurred to me. Give us a little more space, because I don't like how crowded it is in here, is we're going to build the wall on the exterior. And I'll show you guys what I mean by that. This will allow us to put the forge here, cement mixer, and then the workbench. I like that. And there's our forge. And we'll have to start feeding it things for it to smelt. And definitely getting coal to power it, to fuel it, is going to be something that's going to help us out later on. We can actually check our map for that. We zoom in here. We'll see that we have potentially iron and stone. I think stone is gray. This is nitrate. This might be coal over here. So we can just look around and find what we need. This orange might be iron. So within reach, we have everything that we need. But with that, we'll make the cut in the episode. We're making pretty decent progress now. We are catching up in levels. We are surviving blood moons pretty easily. We'll see about the next one, right? Definitely once we start getting the forge, the cement mixture, the workbench all going all at once, that is when we're going to start pulling attention. We're going to start drawing the attention of streamers, and that's going to change the game a little bit for us. But we are nothing if not persistent, even if we're not necessarily prepared. If you had a good time, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, do all that fun stuff, and I'll see you on the next one.